Welcome to our first ever virtual art show. I'm excited that you tuned in for this, and I'm excited to share this art with you. So the first two pieces that we're going to see are going to be accompanied by original songs written by Jeff Benjamin, our computer and PE teacher. The first piece is a collage piece. The students were asked to think of a place in nature where they feel peace and then create a landscape collage based on that. This second piece is going to go with the song called Phoebe, which is a little songbird. And so you'll see the kids have painted and chalk pasteled and oil pasteled songbirds for us. And then we get to the exciting part of the evening. The Audistration portion of the event is going to be poems that I selected for each Rivendell classroom, and those are read by their Rivendell teachers. And then the kids listened to those poems and created their artwork based on the words and phrases that they heard. So you get to hear the poetry and some background music and see the art, and I hope that you really enjoy it. It's been fun putting it together. I also want to thank Holly for all of her support for the art program at Rivendell, and thank you to the teachers who have been so flexible and helpful these past few weeks getting this put together. I hope that you really enjoy this video, and I hope you have a great weekend.
When I think of you, it's in a golden light. You were there to help me color my dreams. 'Cause where I was black as night. Salvation's not as far as it seems. I was trapped inside these yellowed walls. Time had faded, hours crawled, and the days were years. These pale rooms turned to prison cells. The greener grass was somewhere else till you made it clear. All those red lights turned to green. You showed those colors. Now I see. All my gray skies turn to blue, those colors come shining through. I was always chasing rainbows, but that gleaming prize, no matter what, always turned to stone. Well, I don't begrudge the storm clouds, 'cause I found the silver lining was that I'm not alone. And all those red lights turned to green. You showed those colors. Now I see. Now my gray skies turn to blue, those colors come shining through. And you were there to help me see in color again. I was standing on the jagged brink. Now I'm standing in the pink, 'cause you ransomed me. Well, I'm not inclined to purple prose, but I need a glowing word that shows you just what I mean. All those red lights turn to green, you show those colors, now I see. Now my gray skies turn to blue, those colors come shining through. I'm sitting here up high on my perch. My friends all left, I'm left in the lurch. I want to fold before it gets too cold and fly away from it all. I can't be bothered, it's not a crime to leave when life is giving you signs. I must confess I want to leave my nest and fly away from it all. I wanna go so far away that I can sing a brand new song. And when I make some brand new friends, then everyone will sing along. It's always green in lands far away. Forget gray skies, let's go out and play. This chickadee is going to be free and fly away from it all. I want to fly like an eagle, rock, rock, like a rockin' robin. Say bye-bye, blackbird. And this bird you cannot change. Fly free, bird, yeah. Phoebe-pee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Phoebe-pee-dee-dee, tweedledee. Phoebe-pee-dee-dee, tweedledee, Phoebe-pee-dee-dee-dee. I wanna go so far away that I can sing a brand new song. And when I make some brand new friends, then everyone will sing along. It's always green in lands far away. Forget gray skies, let's go out and play. This chickadee is going to be free and fly away from it. Yes, I'll get away from it. I'm gonna fly away from it all.
Jellyfish by Mary Ann Moore. A visible, invisible, a fluctuating charm. An amber-colored amethyst inhabits it, your arm. Approaches, and it opens, and it closes. You have meant to catch it, and it shrivels. You abandon your intent. It opens, and it closes, and you reach for it. The blue surrounding it grows cloudy, and it floats away.
The Apple Jellyfish Tree by Hilda Conkling. Down in the depths of the sea grew the apple jellyfish tree. It was named by a queer old robber and his mates 3. I watched it for a second, I watched it for a day. It did not change color, for its colors stay. It was as red, as yellow, as white, as blue, as gold and stones with light through. I watched it long and long, till a flying sunfish swam in its branches. He had opal wings and a sapphire tail. No wonder robbers like to stay where fishes so shiny come to play.
Two Butterflies Went Out at Noon by Emily Dickinson. Two butterflies went out at noon and waltzed above a farm, then stepped straight through the firmament and rested on a beam, and then together bore away upon a shining sea. Though yet in any port their coming mention be, if spoken by a distant bird, if met in other sea, by a frigate or a merchantman, no notice was to me.
Butterflies. Author is unknown. Butterflies go fluttering by, on colored wings that catch the eye, on wings of orange and silvery blue, on wings of gold and yellow, too. Butterflies float in the air, making their homes most anywhere, the rainforest, field, and prairie land, on mountaintops and desert sand. If winter brings the cold and snow, to warmer climates, off they go, returning home the following spring, beautiful butterflies on the wing.
The Sugar Plum Tree by Eugene Fields. Have you ever heard of the sugar plum tree? 'Tis a marvel of great renown. It blooms on the shore of the Lollipop Sea in the garden of Shut-Eye Town. The fruit that it bears is so wonderfully sweet, as those who have tasted it say, that good little children have only to eat of the fruit to be happy next day. When you've got to the tree, you would have a hard time to capture the fruit which I sing. The tree is so tall that no person could climb to the boughs where the sugar plums swing. But up in the tree sits a chocolate cat, and a gingerbread dog prowls below. And this is the way you can strive to get at those sugar plums tempting you so. You say but a word to the gingerbread dog, and he barks with such terrible zest that the chocolate cat is at once all agog, as her swelling proportions attest. The chocolate cat goes cavorting around from this leafy limb onto that, and the sugar plums tumble, of course, to the ground. Hurrah for that chocolate cat! There are marshmallows, gumdrops, and peppermint canes, with stripings of scarlet or gold, and you carry away the treasure that reigns, as much as your apron can hold. So come, little child, cuddle closer to me in your dainty white nightcap and gown, and I'll rock you away to the sugar plum tree in the garden of Shut-Eye Town.
Sunset by Paul Laurence Dunbar. The river sleeps beneath the sky and clasps the shadows to its breast. The crescent moon shines dim on high, and in the lately radiant west, the gold is fading into gray. Now stills the lark his festive lay, and mourns with me the dying day. While in the south the first faint star lifts to the night its silver face, and twinkles to the moon afar. Across the heavens' graying space, low murmurs reach me from the town, as day puts on her somber crown and shakes her mantle darkly down.
The Land of Nod by Robert Louis Stevenson. From breakfast on through all the day, at home among my friends I stay, but every night I go abroad, afar into the land of Nod. All by myself I have to go, with none to tell me what to do, all alone beside the streams and up the mountainsides of dreams. The strangest things are there for me, both things to eat and things to see, and many frightening sights abroad, till morning in the land of Nod. Try as I like to find the way, I never can get back by day, nor can remember plain and clear the curious music that I hear.
Calico Pie by Edward Lear. Calico pie, the little birds fly down to the calico tree. Their wings were blue, and they sang tilly-loo till away they flew, and they never came back to me. They never came back, they never came back, they never came back to me. Calico Jam, the little fish swam over the syllabub sea. He took off his hat to the sole and the sprat and the willoughby wat, but he never came back to me. He never came back, he never came back, he never came back to me. Calico Ban, the little mice ran to be ready in time for tea. Flippity-flop, they drank it all up and danced in the cup, but they never came back, they never came back, they never came back, they never came back to me. Calico Drum, the grasshoppers come to the butterfly, beetle, and bee. Over the ground, around and around with a hop and a bound, but they never came back, they never came back, they never came back, they never came back to me.
The Stolen Child by William Butler Yeats. Where dips the rocky highland of Sleuth Wood in the lake, there lies a leafy island, where flapping herons wake the drowsy water rats. There we've hid our fairy vats, full of berries and the reddest stolen cherries. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wave of moonlight glosses the dim gray sands with light, far off by furthest Rosses, we set foot all the night, weaving olden dances, mingling hands and mingling glances, till the moon has taken flight. To and fro we leap and chase the frothy bubbles, while the world is full of troubles and anxious in its sleep. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wandering water gushes from the hills above Glen Car, in pools among the rushes that scarce could bathe a star, we seek for slumbering trout, and whispering in their ears, give them unquiet dreams, leaning softly out from ferns that drop their tears over the young streams. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Away with us he's going, the solemn-eyed. He'll hear no more the lowing of the calves on the warm hillside, or the kettle on the hob sing peace into his breast, or see the brown mice bob round and round the oatmeal chest. For he comes, the human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than he can understand.
Days Gone by James Whitcomb Riley. Oh, the days gone by, oh, the days gone by, the apple in the orchard and the pathway through the rye, the chirp of the robin and the whistle of the quail as he piped across the meadows, sweet as any nightingale, when the bloom was on the clover and the blue was in the sky, and my happy heart brimmed over the days gone by. In the days gone by, when my naked feet were tripped by the honeysuckle's tangles, where the water lilies dipped, and the ripples of the river lipped the moss along the brink, where the placid-eyed and lazy-footed cattle came to drink, and the tilted snipe stood, fearless of the truant's wayward cry, and the splashing of the swimmer in the days gone by. Oh, the days gone by, oh, the days gone by, the music of the laughing lip, the luster of the eye, the childish faith in fairies and Aladdin's magic ring, the simple soul reposing, glad belief in everything, when life was like a story, holding neither sob nor sigh, in the golden olden glory of the days gone by.
Your World by Georgia Douglas Johnson. Your world is as big as you make it. I know, for I used to abide in the narrowest nest in a corner, my wings pressing close to my side. But I sighted the distant horizon where the skyline encircled the sea, and I throbbed with a burning desire to travel this immensity. I battered the cordons around me and cradled my wings on the breeze, then soared to the uttermost reaches with rapture, with power, with ease.
By the Sea by Emily Dickinson. I started early, took my dog, and visited the sea. The mermaids in the basement came out to look at me, and frigates in the upper floor extended hempen hands, presuming me to be a mouse aground upon the sands. But no man moved me till the tide went past my simple shoe, and past my apron and my belt, and past my bodice too, and made as he would eat me up, as wholly as a dew upon a dandelion's sleeve. And then I started too. And he followed close behind. I felt his silver heel up on my ankle, then my shoes would overflow with pearl. Until we met the solid town, no man he seemed to know, and bowing with a mighty look at me, the sea withdrew.
Sea Fever by John Masefield. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by, and the wheels kick and the wind song and the white sails shaking, and a gray mist on the sea's face and a gray dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over.
Snow by Walter de la Mare. No breath of wind, no gleam of sun. Still the white snow swirls softly down. Twig and bough, and blade and thorn, all in an icy, quiet, forlorn, whispering, nestling through the air, on sill and stone, roof, everywhere. It heaps its powdery crystal flakes, of every tree a mountain makes, till pale and faint at shut of day, stoops from the west one wintry ray. Then, feathered in fire, where ghosts the moon, a robin shrills his lonely tune, and from her dark gnarled yew tree lair flits she who had been in hiding there.
Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it's queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there's some mistake. The only other sound's the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.